Hello my friend, thank you for being here, and here I am with another tutorial. My channel is all about tips. I post with tips. Sometimes you will see me doing a big job, a big project, but in order for you to do something like that, you will have to know about the basic. For example, how to using the sewing machine, how to use the scissors, how to cut it with shear. You have to know that, because you can see me sewing, but if you don't have the experience sewing, it will be hard for you to do sewing some seat cover, something like that. And on this video, it's not in the section. I will show you how you can wrap it or reupholster a sunroof panel. You have to have the tool, because you can see me doing it, and you might say, oh, if he's doing it, it doesn't look hard, it look easy, I can do it. Yes, you can do it, my friend. You can do it. You just need to have the tool. And keep in mind, it is a 2006 Rolls Royce. Check everything, check it's working perfectly, check you're going to work on certain area of the car, check that area in case you notice that scratch, you notice something is not working properly. Let the customer know, because you never know, later on when the customer comes for the car, he might say, oh, that wasn't like that, or that scratch wasn't there. So check everything and let the customer know in case it is the car for the customer. But if it is for you, you're supposed to know by this time. So I will show you how you can take them apart. I will show you how you can clean it, and I will show you how you can put everything back. Remember, if you don't see something on the video, if I don't show you something on this video, because it is easy, and I think you will get the idea when you are taking them apart or when you are putting everything back. So let's dive in, my friend. And this is the car. It is a 2006 Planton, a Rolls Royce Planton, and for 2006, this car is expensive. Well, it's not expensive, it costs a lot of money. It's around $100,000. The brand new is around $350,000. So still a lot of money, $100,000 for this car. So make sure, like I say, make sure everything is working. In case if you see something is not working properly, you have to let the customer know immediately. And why do I go into reupholstery that part? You can see it right now. Can you see that marking there? That spot in there? Right there, you can see it clearly. And I'm going to take that sunroof panel out of the car, and I'm going to clean it. And you will see the process. Move the sunroof back and forth, up and down, just making sure. If you hear any noise when you are moving the sunroof back, and when you are moving forward, you're still hearing that noise, maybe because the sunroof track need like some degreaser, some oil, or maybe because it is too old. If you removing that, when you are removing that part, if you can see there is that the track is dry, put some grease to eliminate that noise. But sometimes that noise is because some parts are too old and it has to be replaced. And it's better to replace it when the sunroof is out and it is working fine. It's working fine, so now it's going to start taking them apart. And right here are the screw. You have to remove that gasket, and be careful, don't pull it too hard, because when the car is old, you can damage that part so easily. So just be careful. Slow, put it forward and then pull it. Forward and then pull it. And that's the way that part will come out. You see that I have like a click in the front, and it go inside that hole. Now you have to remove those 3 screws. And same thing on the other side. Pull that like a rubber out of that area. Just be careful, push it forward, and then pull it. Most of the sunroof panel on that part are the same. Had 3 screws, some of them had 3, and some of them had 2. And start removing those screws. I am using a TS Torch 25, but some of them are 20, and some of these Rolls Royce had 27. So, and I am removing by hand. I can use a screw gun to remove this screw, but I am doing it by hand. If you never done something like this before, you can see the kind of screw right there. My advice to you is to everything by hand, my friend. Everything by hand. Do not use a power tool. And I am removing the other screw. I just done a Maserati the other day, and I replaced the whole track, everything that was kind of hard to do in it, especially when you are tired and you are doing it by yourself. You don't have like a helper with those parts. I replaced the whole track, and those screws are out. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. You can see right there. And after you're done removing those screws, you have to remove the glass. Be careful. Be careful. If you cannot do it by yourself, just get somebody else to help you to remove it. And put them on a safe place. Do not scratch the glass. So after I'm done removing the glass, now I have to remove this panel board. And that panel comes with some screw, and you have to remove those screws. There is one right there. It's a TS15, and some of them are TS20, Torch 20, and you can see them on there. I have to remove that one too. It comes with only 2 on each side. That is the tool that I'm using. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We'll remove the other 2 screws, and now you just have to do this. Move the metal up a little bit. You see me holding the metal right there? And just force this a little bit. You have to force it. This is like a fiberglass. You will not break this, except if you make too much pressure on here. You see I am pulling that metal all the way back and move all the way forward. You have to do it all the way back and leave it on there. And you have to do the same thing on the other side, but you can remove it this way too. See? You only move that metal all the way back, and this is out. So simple. Now it is time to take it to the table and start cleaning all this. And here I am with this sunroof panel. I remove that plastic. It is easy to remove it. Just make sure to remove the fabric and clean it. That thing that you see on there is like a foam, old foam, and you have to remove it in order to put a new material. Never ever, guys, put a new material on top of the old foam, on top of the old fabric, because it will look good just for I would say for a couple of weeks, but then after that it will start coming apart. So you see me cleaning. This process is very important, especially on this car. And I shouldn't say on this car, I would say an old sunroof panel. That's the best way to say it. And here it is. I'm going to clean it right here too. It's so easy with this tool, but if in case if you don't have this kind of tool, it's a power grinder with 36 grain this. In case if you don't have this tool, you can clean this with a wire brush, and that result will be the same, except will take you for longer. And I am using a different sander, just smooth it with a fine this sandpaper, making sure this piece and this is not, I say it is a fiberglass. This is metal. Some of them are fiberglass, but this is metal. After you're done cleaning, now it is time to wrap it with the material. This material can be the original headliner material, can be suede, can be vinyl, and can be leather. Most of these sunroof panels are covered with a fabric, but some of them are with a very expensive suede. And I am putting a lot of glue in there. Do not leave a spot in the metal and in the fabric without glue. And put glue on all even. Okay, done putting glue. Now it is time to put this material in there. Do not use your fingers, use the palm of your hand, rub it, and try to don't do it too hard, because you will create some mark in there. And believe me, you don't want to see any mark in there, any dents, nothing. You don't want to see nothing. And when you cut the material, don't cut it even. Give it like at least 1.5 inches extra and all around. I made this video a long time ago, and I have it on my computer. By today, I have more than 600 videos on public. I am using that rule because I don't want to spray it over. I just want to spray exactly right there. Spray it a lot. And I'm making sure the glue is stay in certain area, because I don't want to paint this part. If I put glue and I clean it, I might look like weird. And this kind of customer, they check everything, and they are right to check everything because they are having a nice car. Right there, I will cut it 1 inch away from that metal, and same thing on the other side. Now I start doing this. That part has to be nice. You don't want to see like an uneven. If you pull it too much, it will create like a bump in there. But that part is done, and you can see right there, it is not hard, right? You can see it. I am not hiding you nothing, you are seeing everything. So after that, I'm going to make a hole right here, and always make the hole a little bit smaller in case if you have to adjust it. Do a little by little. Do not make the hole too big, because if you make it too big, maybe the plastic won't be able to cover, and you will have to make it that cover that part again. And you don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen. So that part is done. So, and you can see it. Now it is time to put it back. And here I am on the car. So be careful. And right here is that panel. In case if you remove this part and you think you are not going to remember how to put it back, make sure to take photo, take some picture. That way will be easy for you to remember how to go, in case if you forgot. You see, and I slide it in. I slide it in. There is like a channel in there. I know it is kind of hard to see it, but it is like a channel. That part, the driver side, is in. So now I'm going to make sure the passenger side is in too. Now I have to make sure right here. Remember I removed like a metal from right there, and I put the metal all the way back. So now, because that panel is in, now I just have to pull this metal all the way forward. See that screw in there? And start putting those screws. Are two small screws, and make sure to start by hand. And I am using a screwdriver. I am doing it by hand. So those two screws are tight. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. This is the driver side. And it's tight to tighten. So that panel is in and it is tight. So now, if you decided to put a degreaser or some liquid, now it is time to do it. I slide that panel board all the way forward, and I'm going to put this glass on top. It's no way how you can put that piece backward, because the front have like a special shake. It's like around there a little bit, and then the front, the back is like a straight piece. So that piece of glass is on there already. Make sure it's in, it's placing right, and after you are 100% that you put it correctly, you have to put those 3 screws on the passenger side and 3 screws on the driver's side. And have to do the same thing on the driver's side. In case if you have to adjust that piece of metal, that piece of glass, you can adjust it. Don't tie all the way those screws in case if you have to adjust it. I forgot to point out this before you start taking apart. Make sure to remove the key at the ignition. Never leave the key at the ignition. Now I have to make sure that piece is even in there. In case if it's not even, you have to adjust it. But when you remove it, you will see there are some marks that the all screw leave on there. Make sure those marks match when you are putting those screws back. Now it is time to put this gasket in there. Put them on the front first, and then put them on the back. No, you have to put them on the back first. Put them on the hole. You have to slide a little bit back, and then there is a click on the front, and make sure that click match with the hole, and then you just press it, push it, and that is done in there. It's not a big deal, that part. And right here is the other part, and same thing. I am making sure those screw wasn't tight all the way, so I tied it. Same thing with the other one. And now I put this rubber in there. That rubber will the function of that rubber is just in case if water go through it, will keep the water away from going in. That's one. Another thing is we'll cover those 3 screws. Just make sure to put it right, because if you don't put it right when you are moving the sunroof back, that piece will be loose and you might break some plastic in there, and believe me, you don't want that to happen. Now I'm making sure this is working fine, and it is. Now I'm going to make sure go all the way back, and it is working. It is fine. So everything is moving, everything is working correctly. I just have to clean it and make sure everything look fine from the top. And yes, you can see them on there. It is even. Sometimes some sunroof are a little bit down, but that's the way they are made. But this one is even. So there is the sunroof done, and it is working fine. Always check double. And when the customer comes, make sure to check it in front of him, because you don't want any complaint later. See? And that sunroof panel, it look nice. The purpose of this video is just to give you an idea how you can make your own, let's put it this way, how you can make your own job. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. I show you how. I give you the idea how you can make it. All depends from you if you want to practice it, if you want to do it. When it's an expensive car, you have to spend some time checking, making sure you have the right tool before you start taking them apart. When it's expensive car, always check it. Spend some time making sure, and when you're done, make sure everything is done correctly. You don't want any complaint from the customer. Remember, if the customer is happy with the job, for sure he will recommend you and he will bring more job. But if he is unsatisfied with the job, he just will come for one time, the first time and the last time, and that will be all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. This is easy. I haven't done a lot of hard sunroof panel, replacing the whole system and putting back on time, and some of them are so hard. This is not hard. But if you never done something, you might find this is hard. But believe me, this is not hard. Thank you, and see you in the next video, guys. This is a 2006 Rolls Royce. It's an expensive car. It's all but still expensive.